Alright, in this video we're going to talk about crown molding joints. Crown molding joints, which is when two pieces of crown molding come together. And we're doing it out here in Temecula, California, where it's over 100 degrees today. I mean, it's hotter than the hinges of Hades. It's hotter than a biscuit out here, but I'm still doing it. Now, we've all been to someone's house and pretended to like their seams when they actually disgust us. So we're going to avoid that today, and this is how. I'll start with the first piece, and you can see I'll cut it at 0 degrees with a 30-degree bevel. That's so the next piece can slide up on there. And to do that, we'll put a backer on. So I'll first make a little square of Titebond. Some people pronounce it Titebond, but I'm not one of those people. And then we'll put 2 P10 in the middle so we can quickly activate it. That will dry, and then the Titebond will dry on the back, making it even stronger. So we put it on there, spray the other piece with the 2 P10 activator, and hold it up there. Now I'll use a 1/4-inch piece of MDF scrap to make my backer, and you just have to make it a little bit smaller than the crown back so it doesn't touch the wall. Hold it on there and it's ready to go. And if you don't do this, your joints are going to be weak sauce, bro. Alright, so you have a little piece left. You're going to want to measure that from the right wall to the bottom of your piece here and cut that one. I do the mitered corners, and then the seam is again going to be 0 degree on the miter, 30 degree on the bevel for me. And you're going to want to dry fit that in first before doing any of this gluing, and just keep cutting it and cutting it until it fits perfect. You don't want it to overlap at all. You really want it to be perfect. You put the Titebond on the right corner for the miter, the 2 P10 on the side for your seam, just like that. And then you put the Titebond up on that backer, spray the seam side, and that backer will allow you to press it up against it and slide it right into place. I mean, I'm doing this with one hand, so you can see if you're using 2 hands and not a camera in your other hand, it'll be a lot easier. But you just want to get it as level as you can when you're running your fingers across the 2 pieces. Then, once it's dry, 10 seconds or so, you can bend that piece in and nail it up. And here's how you can tighten that corner up with a chisel and a little shim made with some MDF scrap. Make sure the glue dries and forms a nice tight bond. I use Alex Plus spackling for these seams. It spreads like lightweight spackling and dries really hard, so you can sand it out nice when you're done. So here's a quick look at that run we just did, and you're going to have to do this on every wall that's longer than 16 feet because that's the length of the trim. But luckily it's pretty easy. You can even do it while drinking your favorite beverage. Alright, the spackle's all dry. Now it's just time to sand it. And what you want to do is sand it out until you're running your fingers across it and it feels just like a full piece of trim. You don't want to feel a difference on either side, and that's how you know it's going to come out seamless. I'm using 150 grit on this, and I got really close. If you didn't get as close, you can use a lower grit sandpaper and work your way up to 220, and that should be good. The ultimate goal is to not go through the primer. If you can sand it without seeing brown, you're going to Chinatown. Alright, I'm all done sanding. It looks good, it feels good, it's gonna paint good. So just remember to rub those fingers and keep sanding until it feels like it's one piece married in holy matrimony. Well, the job we just did isn't painted yet, so here's one I did before I found out 0 degree cuts were a lot easier to line up. There's before and after. Damn! Do those steps and everybody will be calling you the crown molding magician. Well, that's it. If I missed anything, you have a question, leave me a comment and go to crownmoldingstars.com, like and subscribe. I'm over these videos, man.